The morning sun poured into the small, neat kitchen. Anna stirred the pot of oatmeal on the stove, trying hard to ignore the stinging pain on her cheek. The left side of her face had started to swell. She'd pressed a cold spoon against it earlier, hoping the bruise would fade before her daughter noticed. But deep down, she knew it wouldn't. "Mom," said Lily, walking in with her school bag slung over one shoulder, "what happened to your face?" Anna's hand instantly went to her cheek. She forced a smile. "Oh, this? I hit the kitchen cabinet last night." "Silly me, I wasn't watching where I was going." Lily frowned. "But it looks like someone hit you." Anna laughed, a laugh too quick, too light. "Sweetheart, who would do that to me? Your dad and I were just talking last night. Maybe I bumped into the table. I don't even remember." But she remembered. She remembered how Jake had come home drunk again. How he'd thrown his phone against the wall because dinner wasn't warm enough. She remembered the sharp sting of his hand across her face, the scream that got trapped in her throat, the fear that made her curl up on the floor as he towered above her. But she couldn't tell Lily that. She kissed her daughter on the forehead. "Eat your breakfast. Your bus will be here soon." Lily walked away slowly, glancing over her shoulder with worry in her eyes. Anna sat down on the edge of the bed later that morning, nursing her swollen face. She looked at herself in the mirror and whispered, "Why do I keep lying?" The first time Jake had hit her was 2 years ago, on their 4th wedding anniversary. She had forgotten to iron his shirt for dinner. He had called it a small mistake. But the slap wasn't small. It had come so suddenly, so violently, it left her with a bleeding lip and a fear that never truly left. He had apologized the next morning with flowers. "You know I love you," he'd said. "You just push me sometimes." And just like that, the curse began. One slap led to many. And every time, Anna told herself it was the last. That evening, Jake came home again. The smell of alcohol clung to him like sweat. Anna tried to stay calm. She served dinner quietly. She kept her eyes down. But then Lily said, "Dad, Mom hit her face on the cabinet again." Jake stopped chewing. Anna's heart froze. "What did you say?" he asked. "I said Mom has a bruise again." From the cabinet, Lily replied, confused. Jake turned to Anna, eyes cold. "So now you're telling people I hit you?" Anna's voice trembled. "No, Jake. I told her I hit the cabinet. But it didn't matter." That night, he dragged her into the bedroom by the arm, locked the door, and beat her until she could barely move. No one heard her scream. Not the neighbors. Not her friends. Not her daughter. Because Anna never screamed out loud. She only screamed inside. The next morning, Anna could barely lift her arm. Her body ached in places she didn't know could ache. Her ribs felt sore, her lip was cut, and there was a purplish mark just under her eye. She stared into the mirror and dabbed some makeup over the bruise, but it only made it worse. Her hands were shaking. She heard Lily's footsteps coming down the hallway and rushed to tie a scarf around her head, letting it cover most of her face. "Mom," Lily called out, "you forgot to pack my lunch." "I'll get it now," Anna said quickly, trying to keep her voice steady. Lily stepped into the kitchen and stared at her mother. "You're wearing a scarf in this heat?" Anna forced a smile. "I'm just trying something new. Maybe I'll start wearing head wraps." Lily narrowed her eyes. "Is your face okay?" Anna sighed. "Honey, please. Don't worry about me." Lily dropped the subject, but the look on her face said she didn't believe a word. Later that day, Anna's best friend, Mary, came to visit. They had been friends since university. Mary had always been protective, always suspicious of Jake's perfect husband act. "Anna," Mary said, squinting. "Is that a bruise under your eye?" Anna turned away. It's nothing. I slipped in the bathroom. Again? Anna didn't respond. Mary stepped closer. Anna. Be honest with me. Is Jake hitting you? Anna's voice was cold. I said I slipped. Please drop it. Mary didn't believe her. But she had learned not to push. Anna had become an expert at building walls. That night, Jake came home earlier than usual. Sober. Calm. Quiet. Anna thought maybe, just maybe, it would be a peaceful night. He sat at the dining table, tapping his fork against the plate. Then he looked up. Why was Mary here today? Anna's heart sank. She just came to say hello. Did you tell her something? No. Don't lie to me, Anna. I swear, I didn't. The slap came fast. Then another. And another. This time, it wasn't just the face. He grabbed her by the hair, dragged her to the floor, and kicked her once in the side. You think you can make me look bad? He hissed. You think anyone will believe you? You're nothing without me. When he left the room, Anna lay still. Her breathing shallow. Her body trembling. She didn't cry. She just whispered, please, God, not again. In the morning, she told Lily she fell in the bathtub. At church the next Sunday, she told the women's group she slipped on the stairs. To her family on the phone, she said she wasn't feeling well. Each lie came with a bigger bruise. Each lie pushed her deeper into silence. But something was changing in Lily. She watched her mother closely now. She started writing in a secret notebook. Keeping track of dates, marks, moods. She didn't say a word, but she was watching. And Jake had no idea. It was Lily's 10th birthday. Balloons floated in the living room, and a small cake with, "Happy Birthday, Princess," sat on the table. Anna had spent hours cleaning, cooking, and setting everything up, despite the pain in her ribs and the bruise still hidden beneath her makeup. Jake had promised to behave that day. I want no drama, Anna had said in a hushed tone that morning. Please, for Lily's sake. Jake had nodded. I'm not a monster, Anna. But she knew better than to believe him. The party was small, just 2 classmates, their parents, and Mary. Anna smiled through the pain, helped Lily blow out candles, served rice and chicken. She laughed when she needed to, held her side when no one was looking. Jake was charming during the party. He even danced with Lily, told jokes, poured drinks. But the moment the guests left and the door clicked shut, everything changed. You were flirting with that boy's father, Jake growled, his face already darkening. Anna blinked. What? That's ridiculous. Jake grabbed her arm. Don't lie to me. You laughed too hard. You touched his arm. Do you think I didn't see it? Jake, please, you're scaring me. He shoved her against the wall. Lily was still upstairs, singing to her dolls. Anna prayed she wouldn't hear. Jake slapped her, once, twice, 3 times. He pushed her to the floor and screamed, next time, don't humiliate me in front of people. He left her there, bleeding from the mouth, her birthday dress stained with tears and blood. When Lily came downstairs later, Anna had cleaned up the blood and changed clothes. Mom, why are you limping? Anna smiled, lips trembling. Your father and I were playing. I twisted my ankle. Lily looked at her for a long time. Then said quietly, you forgot to hide the blood on the wall. Anna froze. That night, Anna went through her phone. She hovered over the number of a women's shelter. She didn't call. She hovered over Mary's number. She didn't call. She looked at Lily's sleeping face and whispered, not yet. I have to protect her. What she didn't know was that Lily had found her notebook. And for the first time, the little girl wrote something different. He hits her. I know it now. One day, I'll tell. Anna sat in the living room, alone, staring at the blank television screen. It was past midnight. The house was quiet, but her mind wasn't. Her arms still throbbed from the beating 2 nights ago. Jake had twisted it behind her back because she picked the wrong channel on TV. That was the 4th time he had hit her this month. But it wasn't just the bruises anymore, it was the way she was slowly disappearing. Her smile didn't feel like hers. Her laugh felt forced. Even her reflection looked like a stranger. The next morning, Lily spoke up during breakfast. Mom, she said, I want to ask you something, and I want the truth. Anna looked up quickly. What is it? Why do you always have new bruises? Anna froze. Her spoon slipped from her hand and clattered to the floor. I told you, sweetheart. Lily cut her off, don't lie. I know he hits you. I heard it last night. I saw your arm. Anna's lips parted, but no words came out. Lily's eyes welled up. Why are you staying? Anna wiped her hands on a napkin. Her voice broke. Because if I leave, he might hurt you too. Because I don't have anywhere to go. Because I'm afraid. She covered her face with her hands. I'm so afraid. Lily got up from her seat and wrapped her arms around her mother. I'm not. And I'll help you. That evening, Jake came home early. He was in a good mood. That usually meant something bad was coming. Anna tried to stay quiet. She served dinner. Cleaned the table. Smiled when he spoke. But Lily sat across the table, staring at her father like she was watching a stranger. Jake noticed. What's with the face? He asked Lily. Nothing, she said coldly. You talk to your father with respect. Lily didn't respond. Jake slammed his fist on the table. I said. Anna jumped in. She's tired, Jake. She didn't mean anything. He stood up, walked around the table, and smacked Anna hard across the cheek. The 5th hit. This time, right in front of Lily. Lily screamed. Stop. You're a monster. Jake turned, furious. You watch your mouth, girl. Anna pulled Lily behind her. Don't touch her. Jake stared at them both. Something in his face twisted. He didn't hit them again that night. But the damage was done. Lily saw everything. No more lies. No more hiding. That night, Lily did something brave. She took Anna's phone. She dialed Mary. And whispered, please, come get us. Mary arrived in the early hours of the morning. She didn't say much. She just stood at the doorway and looked at Anna's face, bruised, swollen, and tired. Then she looked at Lily, clinging to her mother like a shadow. I knew it, Mary whispered. Anna couldn't speak. Her lips were trembling. Mary stepped inside, shut the door gently, and said, we're getting you out of here. But Anna shook her head. Jake took my ID, my bank card, even my phone. He checks everything. If I disappear, he'll come after me. And Lily. Mary leaned forward. Let him come. Let him try. But you're not staying one more night. Anna looked down. Her fingers curled into fists. Tonight. I'll wait until he sleeps. I'll pack what I can and follow you. Mary nodded. I'll be waiting in the car. No matter how long it takes. That night, Jake came home earlier than usual. He didn't shout. He didn't hit her. He was quiet. Too quiet. He brought flowers. Anna knew what that meant, the 6th beating was close. After dinner, he sat with her on the couch and whispered, you've been acting strange. Are you planning something, Anna? Her heart skipped. No. I've just been tired. He stared at her. Where's your phone? I misplaced it, she lied. Jake smiled. But it wasn't a smile. It was a threat wrapped in teeth. He stood, walked behind her, and in one swift move, grabbed her hair and yanked her to the floor. You think I'm stupid? You think I don't see how you look at me now? Anna cried out. Lily screamed upstairs. Jake hit her again. This time with a belt. Over and over. Until she stopped begging. Until she stopped moving. Then he dropped the belt, wiped his face, and muttered, "Clean yourself up." He didn't know Anna had already packed a bag and hidden it in Lily's school locker 2 days ago. He didn't know Lily had slipped out through the back door to signal Mary waiting by the road. He didn't know this would be the last time. When Jake woke up the next morning, the house was quiet. No sound of breakfast. No Anna's footsteps. No Lily's laughter. He called out. Anna? Silence. He checked the kitchen. Empty. He went upstairs. The bed was cold. Anna was gone. Lily too. He rushed outside. Their shoes, their clothes, everything, they were gone. He picked up his phone, but her number didn't ring. He went to her family's house. Nothing. He called the police to report a missing wife. The officer asked calmly, was she in danger? Jake hesitated. No. We were fine. But as the officer kept asking questions, Jake's hands started to sweat. Back home, he saw something on the fridge door. A note. Written in Anna's careful handwriting. You won't find us. You won't hurt us anymore. I chose silence for too long. But now, I choose freedom. Jake read it once. Twice. His hands trembled. That night, for the first time, he slept alone. He kept waking up in the dark, hearing whispers, footsteps, doors opening, but no one was there. He called her number. It didn't connect. He started seeing her in his dreams. Every night. Same bruise. Same stare. Sometimes, she didn't speak. Sometimes, she just stood there, watching him. Jake stopped going to work. He stayed home, pacing the floors. People whispered about him in the neighborhood. Where's your wife, Jake? I heard she left you. I heard the police questioned him. He snapped at everyone. He drank more. He smashed every mirror in the house because he thought he saw Anna's reflection. One night, his doorbell rang. He rushed to open it. No one. But on the doormat, there was a small envelope. Inside was a photo, Anna and Lily smiling, standing by a lake. Free. Happy. Alive. On the back, it read. We survived you. But you will never escape what you did. From that day, Jake's real punishment began. He became haunted, not by ghosts, but by guilt. He heard her voice in the silence. Saw her eyes in every mirror. Felt her presence in every corner. He had beaten her every night. But the day she vanished, was the day his true nightmare began. She stayed, because she was afraid. She lied, to protect the one thing that gave her strength. But in the end, she chose freedom. And while he haunted her days with pain, her silence now haunts his nights with regret. Because when a woman finally decides to walk away, she doesn't just vanish. She takes back her power. To every woman suffering in silence, your life matters. Your voice matters. You are not alone. Please subscribe for more powerful stories that reveal, heal, and inspire.